Welcome back to Random Vids. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be doing a ranking video. I've never done a ranking video yet, but hey, I have to start sometime, right? Now, we're going to be ranking a game called Roblox. If you've never heard of it, it's pretty much just Minecraft. Alright, now you know what it is. Actually, not really, but there's a game called Ripple Minigames, and I played Ripple Minigames before, and I like playing Ripple Minigames, the older one, not the newer one. And I decided, you know what? What happens if I decide to rank all of the Ripple Minigames? Because obviously there is a lot. There's about 41 Ripple Minigames, and I was like, you know what? What happens if I rank it? And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that's actually a good idea. So today I'm gonna rank all the Ripple minigames in Roblox. The new one, not the old, or the old one, not the new one. Sorry. I might have missed a few. So if I missed a few that you know of, let me know down in the comments. So let's get started. We have 41 to go here. So this is ranking all Ripple minigames. The old one, not the new one. Number 41, and my personal least favorite Ripple minigame, would happen to go to the minigame called Missile Strike. So, Missile Strike, you have to run away from these missiles that are constantly coming from the sky, and you have to just dodge them. I mean, it sounds really simple and all, but it is not simple. If a missile touches you at all, you will die. Like, 100% die. So don't touch the missiles. And not only that, but there is a whole lot of dang missiles coming from the sky, so you have to watch out. It's a horrible minigame. Like, who was thinking, let's make a minigame where a whole bunch of missiles come from the sky and you have to dodge it? I've never won at this minigame ever. One that is barely better is number 40's Plane Perch, which is pretty much the same thing as Missile Strike, except, now it's planes instead of missiles. Planes are a bit smaller, so it's not as bad. I played the missile one more than the plane one. It's pretty much the same minigame. Like, it didn't need copy, did it? Number 39 goes to Rage Table Rampage. Oh yeah, make a minigame where you throw tables at people. That's honestly a creative idea, at least, but it does not work at all. So you throw tables at people, and if you throw it at somebody, they go flying, and yeah, technically, just basically don't get hit by the tables. Because if you do, you will die. I've never won at this minigame either. I've gotten better as I play it more often, but I've never... I don't know, it's a bad minigame. Because you have to do 3 things at once. You have to move around, so then it's not like dodgeball where you can just aim and it'll just throw it. No, the tables always go straight, so you have to move around, you have to throw the tables, and also you have to watch out for the tables and try to dodge them by jumping over them. I can't do 3 things at once. I don't have 3 hands. What? I don't understand. If the tables could go sideways, maybe this would be a better minigame, but it's a horrible minigame. If you can't get hit. If you get hit, you're out. So, yeah, that's it. Number 38 goes to Sphere Shields. I don't like Sphere Shields at all. You have to run around and try to get into these yellow spheres, and if you do, you won't die by the lava that comes up. Now, this minigame definitely seems like a really boring idea, and it honestly is. It's really hard, too, because the spheres don't all spawn in the same place. They're all different, and usually around 1 to 3 people die around, so that means there's 1 less bubble. And every time I'm running next to somebody, they always get in the bubble, whether I'm closer to it or not. Even if I'm a little bit in front of it, they always get it. I have no idea why. Maybe it's a hacker? I have no idea. It is a bad minigame altogether, though. I hate it. Number 37 would go to a Four Corners game. So I like Four Corners. It's very classic and fun, but putting it in a minigame, it does not work, like, at all. So this one at number 37 is Four Corners Classic. So basically one person stands up on a tower and randomly calls out either red, blue, yellow, or green, and if you're standing on it when they call it, you fall. I hate this minigame. It's bad. It's a luck-based minigame. I just don't like it. One that's barely better than this one is number 36's Four Corners Ultra. At least this one, there's not one person that votes, but if you get out instead of dying, you just go to the bottom, then you can vote who can be out. At least this is more creative. For some reason, everybody picks these minigames, the Four Corner minigames. I don't understand why. They are terrible minigames, and I do not like playing them, but whatever. At number 35, I have Freeze Tag. Once again, I like playing this minigame in real life. In video games, it does not work. No matter what side I'm on, I always lose. If I'm the person, I'm usually always the last person, so I usually have to either try to hide or try to unfreeze the people. If I'm a snowman and I freeze people, sometimes they try hacking and then run while in the ice cube and unfreeze everyone else. It's a bad minigame, definitely. I don't like it at all. Number 34 would go to Bomb Battle. Every man for himself. So pretty much you just throw bombs at people, and if you get hit, you die. It's literally the same thing as Rage Table Rampage, but it isn't as bad, because at least I don't get out as often as I do in Rage Table Rampage. One that's a little bit better than this one, number 33, is Last Man Standing on the Gladiators. Now, like the bomb one, if you die, you get out, and you're not on teams, so you pretty much have to watch out for everybody. Still pretty bad. I don't really like it. Number 32 goes to Murder Mystery, where everybody is the, I can't think of it now. Everyone is one of those three. I think everyone's the detective and you just shoot people. It's one of those three. It's boring. Number 31, that means number 31 would go to Footstep Spleef. Oh yeah, this one's definitely on the worst side. So Footstep Spleef, you pretty much just run around on a bunch of different platforms, and eventually they all fall down, and only one person usually remains. Plus, people can... Alright, I'm back. So yeah, Footstep Spleef, I don't like it. Number 30 goes to Acid Rain. It's literally the same thing as Footstep Spleef, except instead of this one you can just wait around until the platforms fall. Still a bad minigame. And one that is pretty much literally the same as Acid Rain, is Disappearing Flat Platforms, which is number 29. It's literally the same. It's pretty much the same minigame. It is. Instead of acid raining, falling from the sky, the platforms just disappear now, except you don't step on them. Bad minigame, for sure. Number 26 goes to... not 26. Number 28 goes to Lava Dip. This is another minigame that people pick all the time that I have no idea why. It is a bad minigame. It's a bad minigame. Not as bad as Four Corners, but it's still bad. Have you ever played the Mario Party 2 minigame Hexagon Heat? This is pretty much the same minigame, but worse. You don't see the whole board, so it's a lot harder, and I don't know. I'm not a fast reactor, so I just follow the people. Number 27 would go to Ice Block Hockey, which is boring. Like, too many people are there, so I'm just the goalie when I play that minigame. It is definitely not my favorite minigame. At least it isn't horrible, finally, but it's still not my favorite. Number 26 would go to Infection. This one reminds me of Freeze Tag, but it isn't as bad as Freeze Tag. Like, at least in this one, it starts off fair, even though the snowman run the same speed as the people, even though the zombies run faster than the people. It only starts off with one person infected. Then keeps going and going. So at least it's fair. It's still not my favorite minigame, though. I still don't really like it. Number 25 would have to go to Bomb Battle. You just throw bombs at people, and if you die, you respawn back. No teams, yeah. Number 24 would go to Bomb Battle, every man for themselves, but a team minigame. So you're on teams, so you only have to watch out for half the people. It's a bit better. Number 23 would have to go to Gladiator Deathmatch. So you just kill people. It's literally the same as the bomb one. You just kill people, except it's a little more interesting. If you die, you come back. Number 22 would have to go to Last Team Standing. So instead of Last Man Standing, it's Last Team Standing of the Gladiator. I've talked about this more than enough, okay? You know the drill. Number 21 would have to go to Speedrun. Another minigame that people pick a lot. I don't understand why. It is not my favorite minigame. I don't like it. Okay, it isn't a horrible minigame. It's a minigame, in my opinion, got better, but it's still not my favorite. There's 3 of them. There's a grass, lava, and snow. Snow and lava are easy to do, but the grass one is just so dang hard. It just takes away the fun of it. Number 20 would have to go to Minefield. Oh yeah, this one is coming up here some point. It's not a horrible minigame. You just walk forward, and unlike... I don't even know what I was going to say now, but it's okay, okay? I'll give it okay. Number 19, if I can find it, number 19 would go to Protect the Picnic. Oh, this is a boring minigame. All you do is just jump around and squish the bugs. Now, either there should be less bugs or more food, because I lose all the time on this minigame. Don't know why. Number 18 would go to Baseball Golf. Speaking of boring minigames, this one is pretty much the definition. Have you ever played the game Messy Room? Well, this is the same minigame, except a lot more boring. Like, that's pretty much the whole thing. You just use a baseball and just hit the ball into other people's zone. It's boring. Number 17 goes to Maze the Middle. Now we're starting to get to the okay minigames. Maze in the Middle is actually pretty good. It's a better luck-based minigame for sure, and it can be a little fun. It's just a little boring at times. Number 16, if I can find it. Number 16 would have to go to... Okay, number 16 would have to go to Bomb Battle. So the last Bomb Battle minigame. So you're on teams, and if you die, you come back. The best version of Bomb Battle, for me, in my opinion. Number 15 would have to go to Team Gladiator Deathmatch. So you're in teams, and if you die, you come back. It's my favorite version of the Gladiator thing, too. Number 14 would go to Top Flop. Now, which one do you like better, the cube or the sphere? I like the sphere one better. It's a lot easier, and it's not hard. I don't like the cube one. It's a lot harder, but this minigame is alright. Number 13 would have to go to King of the Hill. This minigame, I don't know, it's just fun. I like going up and hitting people and seeing them fly back. It's a fun minigame. Is it my favorite? No. But it's okay. Number 12 would have to go to Tower Takedown. Just recently, I've been losing a lot on this minigame. I don't know why. It's an alright minigame, though. It's definitely my favorite Gladiator thing. It's the least boring, and it's the most hardest. So, obviously, it's not going to be boring then. Number 11 would have to go to Raining Bombs. So this is pretty much the same as Plane Perch and Missile Strike, but at least bombs are small, so it's much easier to dodge the bombs. You can easily just climb up on one of the buildings and just stay there for the whole game. I mean, even though that can get boring, it's the best way to survive instead of just running around on the ground, but it's a pretty good minigame. I like it. Number 10 would have to go to Balloon Galloon. I think that's what it's called anyway. Balloon Galloon is another fairly boring minigame. Not as boring, though, as minigames like Protect the Picnic or Baseball Golf. And this one, you just hit balloons. Like, it's simple. It's a pretty fun, simple minigame. Number 9 would have to go to Jello Smash Off. Oh, this minigame is fun. Even it is kind of like baseball golf, but it's so much better. I mean, it's not boring, and it's so satisfying hitting the Jello blocks. It's a fun minigame. What should I say? Now, number 8 and number 7 are both the dodgeball minigames. Dodgeball and number 7 is beach ball brawl. Pretty much the same minigame. I've grown to like the dodgeball minigames a lot better, and unlike Rage Table Rampage, where the tables go straight, you can aim with the ball while jumping to avoid the balls, so it's really fun if you know what you're doing. Number 6 would have to go to Color Conquest. This one is also satisfying. I really like trying to get all the colors and stuff, even though sometimes I don't win on this minigame. It's a pretty fun minigame. I like it a lot. Number 5 would have to go to Bomb Heads, my favorite version of the bombs, for sure. So, basically you just run around, and if you have a bomb in your head, you give it to someone else. It's a very fun minigame. I love it a lot. It's not my favorite, and it can be a little stressful, but hey, that's what it's going for. It's a fun minigame. Number 4 would go to Murder Mystery, 3 detectives, or 3 murderers. It's one of them. This one is really good. I like it. It's pretty much the same as the regular old Murder Mystery. I love it. Number 3 would go to Meltdown. This minigame is fun. I really love standing in the middle and just hitting all the ice blocks. I said dice blocks. Ice blocks. And I usually win on this minigame. It's fun. It's satisfying. I love it a lot. Number 2 is Murder Mystery. Just regular old Murder Mystery with 1 detective, 1 murderer, and everyone else is the thing. It's a little boring, but it's fun. And I'd say these top 3 could switch out every so often, but I think number 1 would have to go to Prop Hunt. So this is fun. Even though I pretty much lose whatever side